Good evening, all of you. In the last class, we created a custom VPC, and using that VPC, we have created two subnets. Every subnet is having their own route table, and we created a internet gateway, and we attached that internet gateway to our VPC. Fine. So first, what we have done is created a custom VPC with IP ranges /16. That means I have a very good network with 65,000 IP addresses. Instead of allocating all these IP addresses to those two subnets, I have created subnets with a /24 range. Each subnet is having 256 IPs in my VPC. When I give the range as /24, actually I should get 256 IPs, but AWS is reserving the 5 IPs and it is giving only 251 IP addresses for us. Subnet 1 I have created in the availability zone 1A. Subnet 2 I have created under the availability zone 1B. And every subnet is having its own route table. Then for every subnet we need route table, so create two route tables. Now I have created a route table and I have associated the route table with the subnet. Route table to subnet association I have done. Then I have gone to the route table. Then I have attached all the traffic. So that we can connect it to our subnets. So do this fifth step for both route tables. So for both route tables, I have attached internet gateway so that those route tables are accessible. Then create internet gateway, then attach the internet gateway to VPC. We have attached that internet gateway also to the VPC. So anybody can access our VPC because it is having a internet connection. Now create EC2 instance using custom VPC with subnet 1A. Now I have selected the network VPC selection. Subnet selection I have done with 1A subnet, and I have auto assigned the public IP. I have enabled that concept. Then next one, I have created EC2 instance using custom VPC with subnet 1B. I have selected 1B subnet. I have enabled auto assign public IP. Connect to EC2 instances and check the connectivity. After testing completed, then stop both EC2 instances. That is what we have discussed in the last session. Okay, now I have logged in into my AWS console. Go to EC2 dashboard. There are instances available. Guys, these are the two instances which we have created yesterday. EC2 instance 1A availability, zone EC2 instance available in 1A, EC2 instance available in 1B. Now let me start this 1A and 1B instances and we'll do some experiment on those instances today. Good. Before going to do the experiment, I want to show you currently what is the state of our VPC. I want to show you what is the current state of our VPC. Let's go for a website called draw.io. Guys, generally here using this draw.io website, we can draw architecture of our application. Now currently I want to draw the architecture of my VPC. For architecturing your AWS infrastructure, ready-made symbols are available here. You can use them. Search for a symbol called VPC. Now it is giving you the VPC symbol. This is the symbol for VPC. Symbol for VPC peering. Symbol for NAT gateway. Symbol for VPC, like that. Now I am going to select this symbol. This is my VPC symbol. Now in this VPC, currently what is there, guys? In this VPC currently we have everything. That means we have created subnets. In this VPC. Let me call this as my VPC. In this VPC, I have taken subnets. So currently our subnets are public or our subnets are private. Guys, can you tell me? Subnets are available with public subnets or we have private subnets in that VPC now. Currently we have both subnets as public subnets only. Okay, public subnets. In this public subnets, I have launched EC2 instances, public subnet available in 1A and 1B. For that, I have launched my EC2 instance. Now, let me configure. Let me say that this is one Amazon EC2 instance running in the public subnet. And there is a another EC2 instance running in the another public subnet. This is what I have done. Now, for these two subnets, route tables are also available. And I have configured internet gateway. I have configured internet gateway. Let me select the symbol for internet gateway. Internet gateway symbol. Yes, this is internet gateway for my VPC, which is allowing the traffic, for our EC2 instances. For our VPC, the internet gateway is available. For VPC, the internet gateway is available. From this internet gateway, the request is going to the route tables. The request is going to the route tables. The route tables are having that internet gateway. So the traffic is allowed. The traffic is allowed for them. Route table. Route table. All right. Route table is available for that. Routing configuration we have done. Now, let me take one shape here. From this internet gateway, do we have the connection to? From this internet gateway, do we have the connection to this public subnet? First public subnet, are we able to access this first public subnet, or we are not able to access the first public subnet? Are we able to access this public subnet, or we are not able to access this public subnet? Are we able to access it, or we are not able to access it, guys? Are we able to access it, or we are not able to access it? We are able to access our public subnet from internet gateway. Similarly, we are having another subnet that is also a public subnet. For this also internet connection is available. For this also internet connection is available. For both internet gateways, the connection is available. Now, next here, we have opened security groups for that EC2 instances. To represent a security group, this red color symbol will be available. This represents that we have configured security groups for our EC2 instances. It represents security group available for our EC2 instance. My EC2 instance is having a security group. What security group available? SSH security group is available for my EC2. For this EC2. For second EC2 also, I have a security group. For second EC2 instance also, I have a security group. That red color one represents that security group is available. For the red color circle represents that security group is available. Now, who can access this? Who can access my internet gateway? Public can access my internet gateway, and administrators also can access my internet gateway. For public users, for administrators, I have opened SSH port. Administrators can access SSH port. Administrator can access admin port will be available. Admin people will be available here. For the admin people, I have enabled one port. I have enabled one port for admin people. And here users are available. Users also can access our application. Users also can access our custom network. Admins available here and users also available here outside to access our application. What is the access permission we are giving for users, and what is the action permission? What is the access permission we'll give for users, and what is the access permission we will give for administrator? Here for users, we are going to provide HTTP port permission. For users, we'll provide HTTP port permission. For administrator, we are going to provide we are going to provide SSH port. For administrator, we will provide only SSH port. Now here SSH port will be opened for SSH port with 20. That will be opened for administrator. For users, we are going to open HTTP port with 80. HTTP port we are going to open with 80 for this, for users access. This is what we have done in the last session. Guys, can you see everything diagrammatically what we have done in the last session? Can you see diagrammatically what we have done in the last session? SSH 22, sorry, it's not a 20, it is 22. SSH port I have created with 22. Administrator, this is administrator. Let me call him as administrator. Who will access our VPC? Admin. Is a admin guy who can access our VPC. These are users, public users who can access our VPC to access our application. Are you guys clear with this step that what we have done? Are you guys clear with this step what we have done? Are you guys clear with this step what we have done? How I have created VPC? Are you guys clear with this? What we have done, how we have created VPC? We have created a VPC. What is the CIDR range we have given for VPC? 10.0.0.0/16. This is the range I have given for my VPC. This is the range I have given for my VPC. For this public subnet, first public subnet, what is the range I have given? 10.0.0.0/24 is the range I have given for my first public subnet. For the public subnet, this is my first public subnet available in 1A. Now, for this public subnet, what I have done? 10.0.0.10.0.1.0/24. This is the IP of my, this is the IP range of my second subnet. This first subnet is available in availability zone 1A. It is available in the availability zone 1A. Got it? This, it is available in the availability zone 1B. It is available in the availability zone 1B, public subnet available. Both are public subnets only. This is what the configuration we have done. Guys, now anybody can connect to our subnets. Our subnets are public or our subnets are private now? Our subnets are public, our subnets are private now? Our subnets are public or our subnets are private now? Our subnets are public. Can we try connecting to our EC2 instances? Our instances are in the running state or not? Currently our instances are in the running state or not? Currently our instances are in the running state. Let me select 1A instance. There is a public IP. I can connect it. Guys, today I'm using another software to connect with the EC2. As of now, we use Putty. As of now, we use Putty. There is another software called Mobile XTOM. Mobile XTOM software is available. By using that also we can connect. Let me go for Mobile XTOM software. I have downloaded this. Run this software. Run this software. Mobile XTOM software I have opened. I want to connect with our EC2 instances. Click on session, SSH, enter the IP, specify the username. The username is EC2-user. Advanced SSH, use the private key. Upload PEM file. You don't need PPK. You don't need to convert it, guys. When you go for this EC2, when you go for mobile extreme, you no need to convert the PEM file to PPK. Directly you can upload the PEM file. Now can you see? Am I able to connect with my first EC2 instance? What is the IP address of the first EC2 instance? 235. Guys, observe clearly. Today's session is very important. What is the IP address of my first EC2 instance? What is the IP address of my first EC2 instance? Can you check it now? 235. This is the private IP. Now, when I have started this EC2 instance, it allocated me one IP. What is that IP address available here for my EC2 instance? Let me call it as 235 is the IP. Last 235 is available, or else let me give the correct IP, complete IP. Let me copy. This is the IP address that I got for my EC2. This is the IP address I got for my EC2, first EC2 instance. Let me go to my second EC2 instance, 1B EC2 instance. Take the private IP. 113 is the private IP available for this. Now let me configure this. It is having 113 IP. It is having 113 IP. Okay, both IPs are both EC2 instances are available in the public subnets. EC2 instances are available in the private subnets. Guys, EC2 instances are available in the public subnets. Are EC2 instances available in the private subnets? EC2 instances available in the public subnets. Very good. Very good. Now let's check the connectivity. First EC2 instance I have connected, which is having 235 IP. 235 IP is 1A subnet. Now let me go to 1B subnet. To connect with that, I need a public IP. Now session SSH remote host and specify username. I'm giving the username as EC2-user. Advanced systems use private key. Select this file, then click on OK. Okay. Now check it. Check it. Is it connecting or not currently? Currently it is not connecting. Maybe some settings have changed in the VPC. Go to route tables. Route table 2. Route table 2. Public activity. Edit routes. Internet gateway available. It is not connected. For the second EC2 instance, it is not connected. Route table is there. Not connected. Go to second EC2. Security group. Security group. Check the rules of the security group. Inbound rules. Edit the inbound rules. SSH protocol. Oh, there is a problem. Yeah, fine guys. Save the rules. Save the rules. Now let's try. Let's try. Perfect. Am I able to connect to my second EC2 instance also with the 113 port? See here, 113 port belongs to subnet which is available in 1B availability zone. 235 belongs to the subnet which is available in 1A availability zone. This is what the basic VPC configuration we have done. Let me take a snip of it. Let me take a snip of it because I'm going to modify this, guys. This is the basic VPC setup I have done for our. This is the basic VPC setup I have done. This is the basic VPC setup I have done. Right, guys, are you able to understand the basic VPC setup that we have done? Guys, please confirm. Are you able to understand the basic VPC setup that we have done? Basic VPC setup that we have done. Are you able to understand? Yeah, I have created a VPC with /16 as a range. In that VPC, I have created two subnets. Currently, my subnets are both public subnets only. Subnet I have created in 1A availability zone. Another subnet I have created in the 1B availability zone. In the one by using 1A subnet, I have created one EC2. For that, I have attached a security group, and I have created another EC2 instance using 1B subnet. For that also, I have attached security group. For 1A subnet, private IP ending with 235. For 1B subnet, private EC2 instance, private IP ending with 113. And for these things, we have added a internet gateway. With this internet gateway, access is available. Internet access is available. Anybody can connect to our EC2 instances now. Anybody can connect our EC2 instance. So public access is available for the EC2 instances, or the public access is not available for the EC2 instances? Guys, tell me, do we have the public access for the EC2 instances, or we don't have the public access for the EC2 instances? Public access is available for the EC2 instances. But tell me, is it recommended? Is it recommended to provide the public access for our EC2 instances? Is it recommended to provide the public access for our EC2 instances? It is not recommended to provide the public access for EC2 instances. Then what should I do? I'm going to change my diagram. I'm going to change my diagram, guys. Observe, I have taken a snap. I have given you snap. This is a basic VPC connection we have done. Now I am going to do a small change to my diagram. Now here I have a public subnet. I don't want that public subnet now. I want a private subnet. I want a private subnet. That means people should not be able to access my subnet. Now I am going to take a private subnet. TK, yes, I got it. I got it. I have taken a private subnet. Now in this private subnet, I'm taking this private subnet in the 1B availability zone. I'm taking this private subnet in the 1B availability zone. What is the meaning of private subnet? No network connection. No network connection. Now in this private subnet, I'm going to set up one EC2 machine. I'm going to set up one EC2 machine. I'm going to set up, sorry, क्या हुआ? Where is my diagram, guys? ये कहाँ गया बाबा? Okay, that is not saved. Let me take it once again. VPC. It is available there, guys. It is available there. Let me delete this. Yeah, it is available here. Some settings, I think. All right, I got it. This is my public subnet. Let me delete this public subnet. I don't want this public subnet. Now I want to go for a private subnet. I want to go for a private subnet. No, not VPC. I want a private subnet. Yes, I got it. Private subnet I'm going to take from here. Inside this private subnet, I'm going to take one EC2 instance. This private subnet will be available in the 1B availability zone. Let me take one EC2 instance in this private subnet. Let me take one EC2 instance in the private subnet. It is available in 1B availability zone. It is available in 1B availability zone. All right. For this also, we need to add security group. For this also, we need to have a security group so that we can secure our EC2 instance. Sorry. We can attach one security group for our EC2 instance. Perfect. Perfect. IP addresses, as I have already mentioned that they are having IP addresses. Let me add those IP addresses. Let me take it from here. EC2 dashboard, instances running, public, first EC2 instance private IP I'm going to take, guys. Guys, concentrate carefully, don't get confused. It's very important today because we are going to do all the setup network related. Now, this is private IP of my first EC2 instance, and this is private IP of our second EC2 instance, private IP of our second EC2 instance, that is 113. That is the 113. Currently, internet is available for both public subnet and private subnet. I want to remove the internet connectivity for private subnet. I want to remove the internet connectivity for the private subnet. Go to second route table. Second route table is associated for second subnet. Na? Go to this route table, edit the routes, remove it. I have removed internet gateway from the second route table. Click on save changes. Now tell me guys, tell me how many subnets I have. One is 1A availability zone subnet. Another one is 1B availability subnet. Go to 1A subnet, 1A subnet route table. Which route table is associated for that? For 1A, the route table is associated with route table 1 associated. For the route table, what are the access permissions are available? Local routing is available and external routing is also available with internet gateway. First subnet. Now come to second subnet, 1B subnet. Come to 1B subnet. When you come to 1B subnet, when you come to 1B subnet, what are the routes available here? Can it connect to the network or it cannot connect to the network now? Can it connect to the network or it cannot connect to the network now? Second route table can connect to the network or second route table cannot connect to the network now? Second route table cannot connect to the second subnet cannot connect to the network. Why? Because internet gateway I have removed. So my diagram is satisfied with this. My diagram is satisfied with this. Public subnet, private subnet. Public subnet, private subnet. My diagram is satisfied with this. Now remove this diagram. Remove this diagram. Now people can connect to first EC2 instance. Can people connect to second EC2 instance? People cannot connect to. People may connect to the second is. People can connect to first EC2, which is running in the public subnet. Can people connect to second instance, which is available in the private subnet? Guys, come on. Can they connect it or they cannot connect it? Let's try. Let's try. Go to mobile extreme. Here 235 IP belongs to 235 IP belongs to which is subnet, which EC2 instance? 235 IP belongs to which EC2 instance? 1A EC2 or 1B EC2? 235 1A. 1A is available in public subnet or 1A is available in private subnet? 1A is available in public subnet. Okay, let's go to second one. Let's execute. Can you see my commands are working in the second one? 113 subnet. 113 IP is belongs to second EC2. Now close this second one. Close this second one. Can try to connect once again. SSH. Give the IP. Give the IP of the second EC2. Second EC2 I have selected 1B EC2. Public IP I am selecting. Go to mobile extreme. Remote host. Specify the username as EC2-user. Advanced SSH. Use the private key. Use the private key. Linux VM. Click on OK. Guys, check it. Am I able to connect with second EC2 instance or I'm unable to connect with the second EC2 instance? Am I able to connect with the second EC2 instance or I'm unable to connect with the second EC2 instance? I'm unable to connect with the second EC2 instance. Why I am unable to connect with the second EC2 instance? For first EC2 instance, I'm able to connect. I'm able to execute the commands. For second EC2 instance, I'm getting network connection timed out. Network connection timed out. It is available in the private subnet. There is no internet connection for that. There is no internet connection for that. Samjhe? I have one EC2 in the public subnet. I have one EC2 in the private subnet. How I made this second subnet as a private subnet? I have removed internet gateway from the routes. I have been to routing table. I have been to route table. First routing table is having what? Subnet association, subnet 1A, first routing table. Okay. Now go to second routing table. Go to second routing table. Here routes only public available. First routing table routes. First routing table routes. Local is available. Internet gateway is also available. How to make our subnet as a private subnet now? Remove internet gateway. You see the diagram. When you see the diagram, in the first time, I have internet gateway connection to the routing table. Okay, guys. Here in the first snippet, I have uploaded a diagram here now. I'm uploading a diagram here now. In the diagram, I have a internet gateway connection to the first subnet. But now what I have done in my latest diagram, I have removed internet gateway from my routing table, which I have associated to second subnet. Then internet connection is not available. People cannot connect it to my EC2 from outside. People cannot connect it to the EC2 from outside. People are able to connect to the EC2 from outside using mobile extreme. Am I able to connect to this? Guys, come on. You respond it. You respond. Am I able to connect to the EC2 or I'm unable to connect to the EC2? I'm unable to connect to the EC2. Why? That EC2 don't have internet gateway. That EC2 is available in a private subnet. There is no internet connection. So people cannot connect to that. Now I want to do one thing. Can I connect from one EC2 to another EC2? Can I connect from my public subnet to private subnet now? Can I connect from public subnet to private subnet now? Is it possible? Can I connect from public subnet to private subnet now? Can we do that? Can we do that or we cannot do that? How to log now? Guys, observe. Administrator will come to internet gateway, will connect to public subnet EC2. From the public subnet EC2, can we connect to private subnet EC2? Public subnet having internet connection, but do we have a internet connection for a private subnet? Internet connection not available. When the internet connection not available, outside users cannot connect to the subnet. But now I'm not connecting from outside. I will connect to public subnet EC2. From the public subnet EC2, I want to connect to private subnet EC2. Can we do that? Can we do that, guys? Can we do that? Yes. Now, how to connect from public subnet EC2 machine to private subnet EC2 machine? How to connect public subnet EC2 machine to private subnet EC2 machine? Because tomorrow your database is running in the private subnet. Your application is running in the public subnet. Your application should access the database. Your application should access the database. Database is running in the private subnet. Your application is running in the public subnet. Web server running in the public subnet. Database running in the private subnet. Web server should be able to access the database which is running in the private subnet. How to establish the connection from public subnet to private subnet? Can we try this scenario? Are you clear with the diagram as of now? Are you clear with the diagram as of now? I'm repeating once again. Please concentrate. Session is very important today. I have a VPC. In my VPC, I have two subnets. One subnet is a public subnet. Another subnet is a private subnet. Public subnet means internet connection is available. Private subnet means internet connection not available. Public subnet means internet connection available. Private subnet means internet connection not available. Public subnet is available in 1A availability zone. Public subnet is available in 1A availability zone. Private subnet available in 1B availability zone. In this public subnet, I have created one EC2 which is having 235 as a private IP. In the private subnet, I have created one EC2 which is having 113 as a IP. Which is having 113 as a IP. Now tell me, users can connect to which EC2? Users can connect to which EC2 now? Come on, guys. Users can connect to which EC2? EC2 which is available in the availability zone 1A. Because availability zone 1A is having a public subnet. Users can connect to that. What about 1B availability zone EC2? What about 1B availability zone EC2? Can users connect to 1B availability zone EC2 or users cannot connect to that? Users cannot connect to that because there is no internet connection. There is no internet connection. Forget about it. Now I am able to create private subnet with EC2. Perfect. Okay, outside people cannot connect. That's fine because internet connection not available. Do we need to connect internally in the VPC? Public subnet should connect to the private subnet or not required? Public subnet should connect to the private subnet, or it's not required? It's required. It's required. Why it is required? Why it is required? My database available in the private subnet. My web server is available in the public subnet. Users can access the web server. My website is running in the public subnet. Users should be able to access my website. Users can access my website. Users can access my web server. Users should not access my database. Users should not access my database, but users can access my web server. Okay, then web server should access the database or not? Web server should access the database. Web server should access the database. How to establish the connection from public subnet EC2 to private subnet EC2? That is what we are discussing now. You understood? You understood? Yes, chalo. Let's try. Let's try connecting from one EC2 to another EC2. Go to EC2 instances. In the mobile extreme, already I have connected to one EC2. Now 235 IP belongs to 235 IP belongs to which EC2? 235 IP belongs to which EC2? 1A. Okay. Now from 1A I want to connect to 1B. From 1A I want to connect to 1B. Now see here, go to EC2, click on 1B. Guys, when you click on 1B, click on connect option. Here, these are the options we have to connect. What are the options? First thing is to access your instance. To access your instance now, select 1B instance which is in the private subnet. Click on connect. SSH connection I want. Follow these steps. Open SSH client. My SSH client is mobile extreme. In this mobile extreme, you upload the file. In the mobile extreme, you upload the file. You upload your key pair. First you upload the key pair. My key pair is uploaded here. My key pair is uploaded here. If you are not able to upload the key pair, execute this command chmod 400. Chmod 400. Execute this. Then upload this file here. Upload this key pair file here. Because we need this key pair file to connect to this. Now key pair file is uploaded there. Key pair file is uploaded there. Once it is done, then execute this command which is used to connect with your second EC2 245 EC2. Who is holding the 245 IP? Who is holding the 245 IP? Sorry, not 245. One second. What is this? Yeah, go to second one. Yeah, 245, that is a public IP. That's fine. Belongs to 1B EC2. Copy this command. Go to mobile extreme. Paste it. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. Wow. Currently I connected to which IP now? 113. 113 belongs to which EC2? 113 belongs to which EC2? Second 1B EC2. Can you press Control D? When I press Control D, I am coming to which IP? 235. 235 belongs to what? Public subnet EC2. When I execute SSH command, I'm connecting to 113 EC2. 113 EC2 belongs to private subnet EC2. Now tell me here, am I directly connecting to the private subnet EC2, or I'm connecting to public subnet? From the public subnet, I'm connecting to private subnet. Come on, guys. Am I connecting directly to the private subnet, or I'm connecting only from public subnet to the private subnet? I'm connecting only from the public subnet to the private subnet. Why we are able to connect? SSH protocol is available there. From this EC2, we are able to connect to this. Because public subnet and private subnet both are available in the same VPC. Now, do you understand how we are going to secure our resources in the AWS cloud? Now, do you understand how we are going to secure our resources in the AWS cloud? Come on. Database will be available in the private. Web server will be available in the public. People cannot access the database directly because that is a private subnet. That private subnet don't have a internet connection. The private subnet don't have a internet connection. But public subnet is having an internet connection. Web server will be running here. This web server will be connecting to this private subnet. Web server will be connecting to private subnet. How this web server is connecting to private subnet? Here, now 1A instance available, 1B instance available. 1A I have already connected. 1A I have already connected. Now you see here, I'm in the mobile extreme, 235 is my IP. That means I am connecting to already this 1A EC2 instance. 1A EC2 instance. From this 1A, I want to connect to 1B. Now go to this, click on 1B, click on connect. It is giving you some options. How to do the how to connect through SSH client software for 1B. How to connect to that 1B using SSH client. Using SSH client. First, what you need to do is you need to upload your key pair. You need to upload your key pair file using mobile extreme. Upload the key pair file. Once the key pair file is uploaded, you execute this command. You execute this command to give the permission. Once that command is executed, then copy this SSH command. Copy this SSH command and see that we are able to connect it. Now we are operating which EC2? 113 EC2. We are operating which EC2? 113 EC2. If I do Control D, I closed that EC2. I came to 235. 235 is belongs to my EC2, which is available in the public subnet. 113 is belongs to the EC2. 113 is belongs to the EC2, which is available in the private subnet. Am I able to connect from public subnet EC2 to private subnet EC2? Come on, guys. Am I able to connect from public subnet EC2 to private subnet EC2? Yes, we are able to connect. Yes, we are able to connect. Can we do one thing? Can we do one thing? Now, tomorrow, if I create one more public subnet, can they also connect to the private subnet? Tomorrow, if I create one more public subnet, here I'm going to create one more public subnet. Can this subnet also connect to the private subnet? Yes or no? Can these people also connect to the private subnet? This person also can connect to the private subnet, to the database. Can this guy also connect to that private subnet? Is it recommended? Is it recommended? Come on. Is it recommended to do that? Tomorrow, I'm creating a load balancer. Load balancer I'm creating on the another public subnet. Directly load balancer will access my database. Huh? Directly load balancer will access my database, or load balancer should not access my database. Load balancer should not access my database. Now what should I do? What should I do now? Every public subnet can access the private. Every subnet in the VPC should access my private subnet or should not access my private subnet. Should not access my private subnet. What I will do is I will give the access for only for this EC2 instance can access this private subnet. No other instances. Can I restrict that only particular IP can access my private subnet? Not other subnets, not other networks in the VPC. Even though they are in the same VPC, I don't want them to access. I don't want them to access my private subnet EC2. Only this EC2 IP is there now, 235 IP. I want to allow only this IP request. If the request is coming from only this IP, then only this private subnet EC2 should be accessible. Can we do that now? Can we do that now? As of now, in the current configuration, what will happen? In the current configuration, what is happening? Within the VPC, anybody can access my private subnet. Within the VPC, anybody can access my private subnet. But we should not do that. We need to give the permission for only required people. Only this EC2, where my web server is running, only my web server IP should access my private subnet. How to configure that? Now go to this EC2. Take your public subnet VPC private IP. 235 is the private IP. Click on copy this private IP. Copy this private IP. Go to the second EC2 security group. Go to the second EC2 security group. second EC2 security group. Now go to inbound rules, go to inbound rules, edit your inbound rule, edit your inbound rule. Currently, what is available here? Currently, what is available? Network, who can access? Any network with SSH client can access within the VPC. Delete it. Give the custom IP. 235 IP. 235 IP nothing but what is the range coming? 32. 32 minus 32. 2 power 0. 2 power 0 means which IP? How many IPs will come if I give slash 32? If I give slash 32, how many IPs will come, guys? Only one IP. Only one IP. Click on save. Now with this, can they access? Can this public subnet can access my EC2? No, only this one can access. Go to mobile extreme. Let's try this. Control D 235. Access it. Am I able to connect from public subnet to private subnet? SSH client. SSH client. Control D. Control D. Currently, I'm in 235. 235 means my EC2 which is in the public. Now do SSH client. Am I able to connect it? Now, who can access my private subnet? What is the security group available for that? What is the security group available for my private subnet? Come on, guys. What is the security group available for my private subnet? Is it going to allow all the IPs or it is going to allow only particular IP? Is it going to allow all the IP or it is going to allow the particular IP? It is going to allow the particular IP. Particular IP. So are you able to secure your resources in the AWS now? Are you able to secure the resources in the AWS now? Come on. Are you able to secure the resources in the AWS? Now what I will do here in the real time, my database I am going to keep in the private subnet. My web server I will keep in the public subnet. For private subnet, no internet connection. For public subnet, internet connection will be available. In the private subnet, I will configure a security group. That security group will allow the traffic only from the given IP address. Only this IP can access this private subnet EC2. No other IP can access my private subnet. Only particular IP address can access my private subnet EC2. That's it. That's it. Now, okay, guys. Now, here my database is available in the private subnet. For this private subnet, do we have a internet connection or we don't have a internet connection? Do we have an internet connection or we don't have an internet connection? We don't have a internet connection. Okay, let's come to that point. Let's check it. Before that, let me take a second snap. People who missed today's class, they are literally unlucky. Am I right? People who missed today's class literally unlucky or not? Take a snap. This is what we have done now in the second stage. In the second stage, we have done. In the first stage, everybody can access our both subnets. In the second stage, only users can access public subnet. Only public subnet can access that private subnet. Limited, only one IP I have configured. Chalo, ठीक है. Now, so guys, can you tell me currently I am operating which EC2 instance? Can you look at my IP and can you tell me currently I'm operating which EC2 instance? Currently I'm operating which EC2 instance available in the public IP. Public IP having incoming and outgoing network. Public IP having incoming and outgoing network. Yes, available. We are able to connect from outside. Mobile Extreme is outside software. Using Mobile Extreme, we are able to connect to the public EC2. Can we ping www.google.com? Can you ping www.google.com? Outgoing traffic is there or not? Is it able to access the Google website? Is it able to ping the Google? So that means the network is available, incoming network available, outgoing network available for 235. Okay, come out, stop it. Stop it. Can I connect it to the private EC2? Can I connect to the private EC2? SSH client. I'm showing you once again. I want to connect it to private EC2 SSH command. Yeah. What is the IP? What is the IP? Currently, I'm operating which EC2 now? Currently, I'm operating which EC2 now? 1B EC2. 1B EC2. Now, can we ping Google from 1B EC2? www.google.com. www.google.com. Let's wait. Is it able to ping Google? Is it able to ping Google? Why? Why it is not able to ping Google? Network is available or internet not available for that subnet? No outgoing, no incoming, no outgoing, no incoming. There is no network. There is no network. Is it pinging that or it is not able to ping that? It is not able to ping that. Okay, guys, if outgoing also, incoming network is not available, outgoing network is also not available. Only within VPC they are able to access. Only within VPC they are able to access. Incoming is not available. Incoming from outside not available. Outgoing network also not available. Oh, there is a problem. My database is available here. My database is available here. Now I want to update Linux operating system in my EC2. I want to download the latest updates of my operating system. I want to download the latest updates of my database. I want to connect it to a network to download some latest updates of my operating system, some latest updates of my servers, latest patches I want to do. Do I have a network here or I don't have a network here? Do I have a network here or I don't have a network here? Now, do you want me to enable internet for this also? Do you want me to enable internet for this also? If I provide internet for this also, what is the problem? If I provide the internet for that subnet also, what is the problem? That will become public. Everybody can access. That will become public. Everybody can access. Is it recommended? Is it recommended? It is not recommended. Then how can I download the updates from internet in my EC2 without having internet? NAT gateway comes into picture. NAT gateway comes into picture. Able to understand, guys? Can I create a NAT gateway? When to go for NAT gateway? When to go for NAT gateway? Can you tell me when to go for NAT gateway? When to go for NAT gateway? I want only outgoing, no incoming. I want only outgoing, no incoming. Now, let me create a NAT gateway. Go to VPC. Go to internet gateways. Is not internet gateway, NAT gateway. Let me go to NAT gateway. Yes, right. I'm in the NAT gateway. Do we have any NAT gateways available? Guys, do we have a NAT gateway here or we don't have a NAT gateway here? Do we have a NAT gateway or we don't have a NAT gateway? We don't have a NAT gateway. Can we create one NAT gateway? Can we create one NAT gateway? Yes, create a NAT gateway. Choose this NAT gateway. Demo VPC NAT gateway. Demo VPC NAT gateway. For the NAT gateway, we need to select the network. Subnet we have to select. Which subnet we will select for that? Public subnet we have to select for the NAT gateway. We will create the NAT gateways always in the public subnet. We will create the NAT gateways in the public subnet. Connectivity type public. For the NAT gateway, one elastic IP is required. We know already what is elastic IP. Can I say elastic IP is a static IP? Can I say elastic IP is a static IP? Come on. Yes, click on allocate elastic IP. I am creating a NAT gateway. For the NAT gateway, I'm creating the NAT gateway in the public subnet. Then connectivity type is public. Elastic IP I have allocated. Click on create NAT gateway. Okay. NAT gateway is created. NAT gateway is created. Can you go and check in the elastic IPs? Can you go and check in the elastic IPs? Really, elastic IP is created. Can you see that elastic IP is created now? Elastic IP is created. That is a static IP got created. Static IP got created. Okay, good, fine. Now what should we do? As per our diagram, what should we do? Where I have created my NAT gateway. Can I say that I have created NAT gateway here? Can I say that I have created NAT gateway here in the first availability zone? Yes, I have created NAT gateway here. Let me represent that in the diagram. Yeah, NAT gateway I have created. NAT gateway I have created. NAT gateway available here. Do we have a internet connection for NAT gateway? Yes, NAT gateway will have a internet connection. NAT gateway will have a internet connection, which is available in availability zone 1A. In the public subnet, I have created my NAT gateway. In the public subnet, I have created my NAT gateway. Okay, good, fine. Next, what should I do? I need to attach. I need to attach this. I need to attach this NAT gateway to. I need to attach this NAT gateway to my private subnet. I need to attach this NAT gateway to my private subnet. I need to attach my NAT gateway to private subnet. If I attach my NAT gateway to private subnet, what is the advantage? My private subnet can have outgoing network. Let's try this. Go to your route tables. Go to your route tables. Second route table. Can you see what is the route available? Internal local route is available. Local route is available. Click on edit routes. Add the route. Add the route. NAT gateway. Select it. Guys, see in the second route table, I'm adding NAT gateway. NAT gateway. Click on save changes. For second route table, NAT gateway is added. Now go to mobile extreme. Wow. Is it connecting to Google now? The moment I have added NAT gateway, is it connecting to Google or not? How beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. Control D, stop it. Control D, stop it. Currently, come out from this. Now tell me, I'm in which IP? I'm operating which machine now? I'm operating which machine now? 235 means what? 235 means what? 235 means what? Public. Now, do we have outgoing network for public? Yes. Internet gateway is available. Ping www.google.com. Yes, see here. Am I able to connect to the Google? Incoming is available, outgoing is available. Come out from that. Let's connect it to private subnet, SSH client. Connect to private subnet. Currently, I'm operating which machine now? Currently, I have connected to which machine now? I've connected to which machine now? Private machine. Does that private machine having an incoming network? Can you connect it to my EC2 from outside? If I give key pair also, can you connect to my EC2 now? I will give you IP. I will give you key pair. Can you connect it? You cannot, because my EC2 available in the private subnet. Private subnet means no network. Internet connection is not available. Outside people cannot connect to that. But internally we can connect. Internally, anybody can connect to my private subnet, or only this particular EC2 can connect to the private subnet? Internally, anybody can connect, or only particular IP can connect now? Particular IP I have configured. Particular IP only I have configured. Anybody cannot connect to that. Anybody cannot connect to that. Only particular IP can connect to that. Now, here I have created a NAT gateway. Where I have created NAT gateway? Where I have created NAT gateway? In the public subnet or private subnet? NAT gateway we have created in the public subnet. That NAT gateway I have attached it to private subnet. NAT gateway created in the public subnet, then NAT gateway attach it to private subnet. What is the advantage if I attach NAT gateway to private subnet? Why I am attaching NAT gateway to private subnet? Come on. Internet incoming internet or only outgoing internet? Only outgoing internet. Okay, fine. Now I'm in 113. 113 nothing but private subnet. Can I ping Google? www.google.com. Is it pinging? Is it able to connect to the Google? Google is the other server. From my private subnet EC2, I'm able to connect to the Google. That means outgoing network is available. That means outgoing network is available. Are you guys clear with this VPC setup now? Are you guys clear with this VPC setup now? Yes. So this is third snippet. Added NAT gateway and attached that NAT gateway to private subnet. Attached that NAT gateway to private subnet. Look at the diagram. VPC. In the VPC, I have created a public subnet and private subnet. Private subnet doesn't have an internet connection. Public subnet having both incoming and outgoing internet connection. Incoming and outgoing internet connection available. From public subnet, we can access the private subnet. In the private subnet, I configured security group with only particular server IP. Only that EC2 can connect to the private subnet. And I have created a NAT gateway in the public subnet. That NAT gateway is providing outgoing network to the private subnet. NAT gateway I have attached to that. Guys, remember when I have created a NAT gateway, one elastic IP is also created. When I created the NAT gateway, one elastic IP is also created. Now, do you understand how people will secure resources in the AWS cloud by using VPC? How people will secure the resources in the AWS cloud by using VPC? VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. Whatever I have explained theoretically in the VPC, everything we are able to see practically or not. VPC, subnets, internet gateway, route tables, NAT gateway, securing the resources, allocating, internally connecting to all the subnets, providing a particular IP access for a particular subnet. Whatever we discussed theoretically, we have implemented practically. Now after this, guys, sorry, here we have created so many things. Out of these resources, which resources are billable, which resources are non-billable, which resources are billable, which resources are non-billable? Can you tell me which resources are billable, which resources are not billable? In this entire setup, only elastic IP and EC2 is billable, remaining are not billable. Elastic IP and EC2 is billable. You can create any number of VPCs, you can create any number of subnets, internet gateways, NAT gateways, no problem. Only elastic IPs and EC2 instances are billable in this part. Okay, so what should I do now? After the practice is completed, what should I do? Network is completely free. Network is completely free. VPC is free, subnet is free, route table is free, internet gateway is free, NAT gateway is free, everything is free. The only thing is EC2 instances are billable and elastic IPs are billable. Remaining all the stuff is free. Remaining all the stuff is free in the AWS. So what is the first step you need to do now? After your practice completed, you go to your EC2 instances first. You go to your EC2 instances first, which are running. You stop them. You stop them. Okay. Now I want to delete elastic IP. Can I delete the elastic IP directly? Can I delete the elastic IP directly? No. No. Go there. Go there. Elastic IP. There are two elastic IPs are available. Select them. Action. Release elastic IP addresses. Release. One elastic IP address I have released. Second elastic IP I am unable to release. The reason, it is using by NAT gateway. Now go to VPC. Go to NAT gateway. Go to NAT gateway. Now action. Delete NAT gateway. Click on delete. I'm deleting the NAT gateway. Click on delete. Once the NAT gateway is deleted, then I can release that elastic IP which is associated here. This is the elastic IP which is associated here. Now I need to release this elastic IP. Still it is using by NAT gateway. Once NAT gateway released that IP, then I can delete that elastic IP. Don't keep elastic IPs because elastic IPs are billable. NAT gateway, still this is not deleted. Once it is deleted, then I can release the elastic IP. Then I can release the elastic IP. Can you guys do this practice, guys? Can you guys do this practice tomorrow before coming to Monday? Yeah. If you know VPC, that means we completed our AWS almost 80%. If you know VPC, we completed our AWS almost 80%. This is the biggest confusing concept. This is the biggest confusing concept. 80% of our AWS is completed. Then we need to talk about how to work with AWS CLI and how to work with AWS Lambda. Right? Good. Good. Yeah, guys, I will take care of these deletions. I think it is taking some time. Elastic IP, still it is not getting that option. NAT gateway is deleted now. View details, it is deleted. I think it will take some time. I think it will take some time to release that IP. Once that is done, then I will go there and I will delete it. NAT gateway, still it is in the deleted state. Subnet, VPC, private IP, elastic IP. Still this elastic IP is associated with that. I think it will take some time to give this option for me. Then only I can release. Lala Tendo, I will update you that, sir. I have seen your message. I will update you on that, my next batch for full stack. Okay, fine. Guys, today, whatever we have seen, based on the diagrams, you need to set up the things. First one, everything that whatever we have done yesterday, that is the first diagram. Everybody can connect to any instance. Both are in the public subnets. Second one is important. In the if you compare, you already have the first diagram set up in your system. You have a VPC, you have the subnets, you have the EC2 instances in both. Now, what I have done today, I have removed internet gateway from the second subnet. I have removed internet gateway from the second subnet. Then nobody can connect from outside, but internally you can connect. You try that connecting with internal. Then coming to third one, what I have done, NAT gateway I have created in the public subnet. NAT gateway I have attached it to route table in the private subnet. That is what I have done today. Okay. Based on the diagrams, you need to understand what we have done and you need to work on it. Second diagram, third diagram you have to do. Remove the network gateway for the private, make it as a private subnet. Try to connect from public subnet to private subnet by using SSH client. Using SSH client. Once you are able to connect to that by using SSH client, allow only particular IP to connect by using security group. Then create a NAT gateway with elastic IP in the public subnet. Attach the NAT gateway to private subnet. Outgoing network will be available, incoming network will not be available. So these three diagrams are very important to understand our VPC lab task. These three diagrams are very important to understand VPC lab task. Good. Fine, guys. Thank you. Happy weekend. Tomorrow, you need to work on this. Setting up the VPC with the public and private networks. Giving the allocation for that. You can do the same thing by using putty also. Same thing you can do by using putty also. Mobile Extreme is just another software to connect to EC2. Whatever the commands I have executed, same commands you can execute in the putty as well. Same commands you can execute by using putty as well. Okay. Thank you guys. Good night. We'll see you on the Monday. Please practice this VPC setup based on the diagrams before coming to Monday session. Bye bye.